Minecraft, awesome community where you can find people to play player versus player games like Ultra Hardcore. This is part 2 of Brian's recent Ultra Hardcore match, and if you haven't watched the first part, you should go watch it because I'm about to spoil it in order to catch you up. In part 1, I got off to a very fast start. I got lucky, I managed to avoid mobs, and when I was digging down, I dug right into a vein of 6 diamonds, and so I went back up to the surface to get reeds so that I could make an enchanting table. But then, right after I put down the enchanting table, all of a sudden there was a server glitch that randomly teleported people different locations, and so I ended up back on the surface. I found another player there who I killed, and then the server administrator was trying to compensate people for what went wrong with the server glitch, and so gifted me back my enchanting table, and so I am back at the bottom of a ravine, starting to enchant some items, or I just enchanted some items, and we're going to pick up where we left off, and see what happens in this episode as I try to go out and collect some more resources and find some more players to kill. Let's get started. And unfortunately, yeah, also in the chat, I warned people that I have an enchanting table, which on the one hand might make it less likely that they're going to come after me because they think I'm totally geared up, and on the other hand, it might make it more likely that they'll come after me because they want to get my stuff. I'll pick up the enchanting table again in a moment.
51 minutes.
All right, I'm still having inventory trouble, so let's try to once and for all deal with some stuff. All right, I can craft more arrows. That will get rid of the excess flints. I still need one more piece of string. I don't need the reeds. I don't need the wool. I don't need the wool. Zombie flesh. I'm not going to get dogs, so I'm not going to need that. I don't need the saplings. I'm not going to need to grow trees at this point. And I don't need the stone sword. And the rest of my inventory I'm happy with. I have an extra bucket. I should try to get 2 lava buckets, I guess, basically. And then with the excess iron that I have, I need to make an iron shovel, because I don't have a shovel right now. All right. Actually, yeah, I'll make an iron shovel just in case I find another diamond. I can make a diamond shovel. And since I have 2 iron pickaxes, let's go ahead and repair them into 1. And, oops. All right, that's how everybody's doing. And we're getting close to being an hour in. And so, yeah, another challenge for Brian is now I'm not accustomed to playing Minecraft for long periods of time. It is often the case that I only play for like an hour at a time, or sometimes even less, and play in a lot of small sittings. Even when I'm playing like a challenge map like Final Fantasy or something, like it would be rare that I can sit through it for more than an hour and a half. And so the next challenge is going to be endurance. All right, what am I going down here for? Right, gold and lava buckets. And is there anything else that I can do with more iron? Basically more buckets, I guess. Oh, and spider string, right. I need to keep an eye on the time so that I can possibly go back up to the entrance of the ravine or just listen anywhere for spiders. And I just realized I hear something to the side of me and I'm not trying to get there. All right. I think I heard it this way. Yeah, the water sounds are getting louder. Okay, I hear a skeleton, but at this point I am very well armored.
54 minutes.
And I would like to find a... I'm trying to decide if I hear 1 or 2 skeletons. There are 2. I do not relish the thought of 2 skeletons. But yeah, I also don't want to be strip mining. Alright, let's see if I can get into that cave. Let's see if it's above me. I believe it is, because I believe the noises got louder as I went up. Yes, it's very loud. Except now, are they to the side of me? Can't tell. I think possibly they're over here. Oh, found it. Let's go ahead and do that and see if we can get a peek. Oh, there's 2 creepers right here. Holy crap. Alright, and there's the water. And there's 2 skeletons. Alright. I am not embarrassed to say that that's not the best tactical situation. I'm pretty sure I could possibly do this, and if they happen to see me and walk over here... Actually, I can even do this. Yes. It's possible that a skeleton might shoot me. Crap! But I think I might be able to kill these guys. Oh, crap! Alright, so we managed to get 2 of the 4. Let's go ahead and get some light in here. There's still another skeleton and another creeper. I've lost track of where they are. Alright, this is dangerous. Crap, crap, crap. Oh, oh, crap, crap. Oh, crap, crap, crap. Alright, took some damage. No, crap, crap. What now? Oh, glitchy skeleton. Where is he? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Alright, good news is, I think that was everybody. Bad news is, I took a bit of damage. But now we're in a cave. Can try to find some gold. Alright, that way seems to be an almost dead end. I think there was still like a tiny way I could go. But there are 2 ways, and I need to check out the other way. I'm not going to use that for TNT. Yeah, bummer on the damage there. But here's some more gold, and so hopefully it's going to be, well, just barely rewarded. Because I'll basically just be regaining what I just lost. That looks like it might be a dead end, or there's possibly a little bit more ways to go, but at this point now, all of a sudden gold has become the priority. Crap, I think I just heard another skeleton. Alright, this is enough gold for me to go ahead and craft my first golden apple, assuming I can pick it up. Oh no! My gold was smelting. Should I ask to get the gold that I had back as well? I feel like that's asking too much. Yeah, I'm not going to. So right now I have 6 pieces of gold. That's a bummer. Yeah, let's just keep exploring. Like, I would rather have more fun doing this. I'm already feeling a little bit guilty about that, and yeah, I'm less worried about winning. I forgot to say at the beginning, the thing I wanted the most was to get at least 1 kill, and I've already done that. Although even that was a little bit glitchy. Alright, there's a place to go down here. I'm not sure if that's where I hear the skeleton or not. I definitely hear skeletons closer, but they don't seem to be in this little bit. And yeah, the glitchy skeletons that I fought are obviously just part of the game. Everybody who fights skeletons goes up against them. I've talked about it before, that I think it's probably just kind of not worth going after skeletons kind of ever. But yeah, I thought I had a good place to get at them, and then I accidentally broke a brick that I didn't mean to, and then, yeah, it all went down. Crap, and there's like nothing down here. What time? I could go find that gold again, actually. That would make me feel good. Let's go back up to the surface. It's about to turn daytime, I believe. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's just about to turn daytime right now, based on my timer program that I have running over to the side. And so, I think I could go find my ravine again and find the gold that I left smelting. And this would also give me a chance to be kind of out on the surface and do some other things I need to do up top. Alright, so I came in from some ravine that was over here. Oh, the skeleton dropped a bow! Holy crap! Holy crap! Holy crap! Holy crap! It is not enchanted, but it is a bow, and now I have a bow and arrow, so yeah, I'm totally ready to go marauding, as Zisto would say. And yeah, I heard zombie somewhere. I don't know where he is. He sounds close, but he shouldn't be in this area that I'm in.
60 minutes.
All right, 60 minutes, I believe, means it just turned daytime. All right, and so now I don't need spiders. I do not hear any bad guys, although coming out of a ravine is definitely always scary. I've actually never tried to do this before right at daybreak. I don't know if there is a strategy to this. If I should just pillar up, like anything you do, like you risk taking the fall damage again. Where did I come down? I can pillar up there, because then it's kind of in the side. Yeah, right here. Let's do that. I should have plenty of cobble on me. Yeah. All right. And so my goal is basically to go back up to the surface and either find some more people to try to kill who might have gold, which would help me out, or to go back to the coordinates of my whatchamadoozy, where I know I have more gold that I can get to safely. And so I'm going to need the coordinates up. And so it was like at 5, 17, 6 something, and so the X is going bigger, and so it would be this way. It would be this way, okay. So I'm going to head in this general direction. We'll keep an eye out for players. There's another spider, but at this point I have a bow, and I'm never going to fire enough arrows that my bow durability is going to be an issue. I can enchant my bow. I should totally enchant my bow. Let me make sure that no players can sneak up on me. Don't see any names. And for added safety, oops, I should not dig straight down, but for added safety, I'm just going to stand right here. And let's go ahead and enchant the bow. With level, I just want to do level 1 so I can do more enchants if I want, and that'll almost always get me power 1. Yes, okay, great. All right, so yeah, feeling good about trying to play smart here. And I still have a fair bit of food, and so I don't mind sprinting, although I'm not going to sprint and jump all over the place like crazy right now. If I find some more cows, I will kill them. All right, but I have an enchanted bow and I think 28 arrows? 27 arrows. And so, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. That was just a second. Oops, don't know what that was. Might just be a lighting bug. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is the direction I need to go in order to find my other gold that I can get to safety. There's a chunk error there, so I'm going to try not to look at it.
63 minutes.
I wonder if I should disconnect and reconnect. It's a big old chunk error. If I get closer, I need to go like around this mountain. Let me go over this way. All right. There's some cows. And so I don't mind even wasting a little bit of durability. Oops. Thought I heard a skeleton. I think there's a cave system right around the corner there, and I don't want to get accidentally in range of a skeleton. Okay, there's another chicken, which I definitely want. Oh, crap. There's another cave system entrance, too. I don't want any skeletons walking out of there. Okay, and I want the chickens so that I can get some more feathers and craft some more arrows. Actually, do I need feathers or do I need flints? I don't need either because I can actually craft some more, and so I'm not looking around, and so this is always dangerous. But let's go ahead, craft more arrows. Everyone having fun? Yes, terrified. All right, and so, yes, I need a bigger Z coordinate, and I will come back to where my other gold is, and I'll be able to craft at least one golden apple, hopefully. Okay. And here's some more chickens. Oh my gosh, chickens everywhere. And honestly, I don't intend to last long enough to where I'm going to need, infinity arrows, and so I'm not going to kill all the chickens, and I'm also not going to kill all the chickens just trying to deprive other players of them. Because I've discovered over time that there's just too many animals. Trying to deprive other players of animals is kind of a task you'll never be able to complete, because there's just too many animals. All right. Okay, there's the forest. Oh gosh. This terrain is not good. Let's see if there's an easier way to get over here. Really worried about fall damage. Alright, I really want to get over to here. Oh gosh, should I bridge it? It'll make for exciting video. Let's hope that some kind of lag doesn't kill me. And let me take a quick look around for players. I don't see any. I'm just going to go for it.
66 minutes.
Alright, I'm already safe enough that if I do fall, I'm not going to die. I'm only going to take a little bit of damage. Ooh, there's a bunch of lava down. Oh, crap, crap, crap! What was that? I don't know what that was. That was scary is what it was. I forgot to ever get lava buckets. I was even down at lava, and I forgot to get lava buckets. That was dumb. That is something that I've actually noticed in my practices before as well, is that I need to check out my coordinates. Okay, we're getting close to where I need to be. I think it was X of 517 and Z of a little bit bigger 5 number than I'm at right now. So I think my ravine is over here. Yeah, I think it might be right over here somewhere. Let me get the coordinates off and just see if I recognize the train. Because I do think that it will be possible for me to go find the gold that I had smelting, assuming that the server glitch didn't, accidentally erase what was happening over there. He scared me. Oops. That was scary too. Alright, so where is my ravine? I think it's right over here. Maybe. Let's shift F3 again. Yeah, I recognize that portion of the desert. I'm pretty sure it's right over here. Yes, it is. Okay. And I think I can find my way back down to where I was first enchanting. I need to eat a little bit more food. Alright. Let's not fall. Let's definitely not fall. Okay. And I guess I used some gravel to pillar up. I don't even remember doing that. Is that a fall I can take? I'm not sure. Let's do this. That I can take. Okay, and so I think it was down here, right? Because I went down, I hear a spider, but I don't need my bow and arrow anymore. I need to remember that I have the bow and arrow if I'm fighting mobs, because Brian has a tendency to
69 minutes.
forget that bows and arrows exist. Here's where I found the diamonds. And then, ooh, that's a little dark. And then I guess I went this way and was listening for things. And then I came over here. And, right, I broke into the cave a different way. But this is the same cave. And then I went over here, and I can fill up my buckets with the lava down here, too. And I block that off, and I block that off, and they're still blocked off. Okay, and here's second enchanting table, which isn't going to help me at all, but okay. And my gold is here. Great. All right. Feeling good. I need to eat some more chicken. And then I need to fill some buckets with some lava. So let's go ahead. Let's put out some water over here and grab that. And if I make this water still, it will annoy me less. And then let's get a second lava bucket. Okay, and then I prefer to have stuff on my bar like this. I could also afford to cook up some chicken. Is there anything else I need to cook up? Let me do a player look real quick. I do not see any name tags. Craft a golden apple. Need to make sure I craft these one at a time. Every time I see people with multiple golden apples, I'm always surprised that they don't eat them immediately. And the reason is you need to wait for the regen effects to happen. All right, and so I've got one more piece of gold. That is great. Okay. Redstone, in theory, I like the idea of making traps with redstone. In practice, I don't know that I really need to do any of that. I have plenty of iron at this point. I could get another lava bucket. I don't need the string anymore. I need to get flints. So let's dig some gravel. Is there any gravel nearby? Yes, there is gravel right here. There's also lava here, and so I need to be careful. And there's also potentially a cave system over here where there could be more monsters, and so I need to be careful of that as well. Yeah, like right over here. I don't have any blocks on my bar, like a dummy. Always have blocks on your bar, kids. It's an important tip. Okay, I got at least a couple more flints there. So let's go ahead and make even more arrows. All right, 59 arrows is like more than I've shot in like all of Exploration and Tactics probably, and so that should be plenty of arrows. Yeah, at this point, do I need anything else other than possibly finding some more gold? I just want to go up to the surface and try to kill people, and if I kill people, they might have gold as well. And let's see. It's going to be about 8 minutes before daylight. I don't mind going up to the surface at night, you know, kind of like doing a pause and pause thing where you just roam the surface at night, but I also don't mind waiting for one more day. At this point, do I need any wood? I've got a crafting table on me, right? Yeah, I still have these inventory items on me, and I still have an extra enchanting table. Is there anything else I can enchant? I can enchant a couple more pieces of armor, and I'm going to use this enchanting table rather than the one that I have in my inventory, which I guess is kind of cheating because I didn't have to put it down, and so it like saved me 2 seconds. So apologies to anyone who thinks that that is also a cheat. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that server glitch. Like I said, there's nothing totally fair you can do. All right, that is level 1 enchant. I've already enchanted my bow. My pick would not hurt if I still have 1 level left. Do I still have 1 level left? Yes. Efficiency, great. All right. I'm still doing pretty good. There's some people ahead of me. E-Faber is very low. Is there any other... Yeah, there was like a cave over here. I just heard an Enderman. And I hear someone taking damage. Oh, this came from like water or something. Well, the Enderman couldn't be in the water. Can I see what's here? What's my Y? Y of 14. I could find some gold. Kind of going uphill. Is there a better way into that, or was there a different cave I could also go to? Yeah, with a few minutes left, if I can find kind of a narrow cave. That's right, this one went up, and it went up into another kind of like big cave up there as well. I guess this one might be my best chance, if I just want another cave to get into. I have no idea where this Enderman is. I don't hear anyone. I heard something take damage. I have really good armor at this point. And so long as I don't get into, like, glitchy skeleton madness or something. Alright, I need to stay kind of down, because down is where the good stuff is. I'm aware of the fact that there are many directions around me. I might need coal. I haven't been paying attention. How much coal do I have? Alright, 14. I'll get a little bit more. I'm aware of the fact that there's many directions around me that enemies could be sneaking up on me from. Alright.
75 minutes.
But yeah, for the next 5 minutes, basically, I want to see if I can find any more gold. That's going to be getting too high, I think. This goes back down. I know, I have a shovel. Ooh, this could be good, actually. There's a lot of surface area here and some of the lava. Oh, crap, crap, crap! Okay. Alright, another enemy. Oh, there's a skeleton back there somewhere, too. I can't see him. I'm not sure if you guys can see him on my screen. But I'm kind of afraid of going that way now. I just want to look quickly and see if I see any gold. I do not. Alright, I'm not going to go towards the skeleton if I can't see him. We're still at 75 minutes, so I still have about 5 minutes. I'm not sure if this is going to get too high. Probably. What's my F3? Y of 29. I'm kind of like at the edge of the gold layer. This cave system might end up heading back down. I still have 4 minutes to kill before daylight. Is that right? Yes, at 80 minutes. Should be the start of another day. Okay, but this is a dead end. Any other good way to cave for gold around here? Was there any other cave systems that I know about? I haven't been hearing anything. There was somewhere, I think, was it here? No, there was somewhere where I said it looked like a dead end. No, I think that was back in the previous cave. Having one of those moments where I don't know what to do, and so I'm just digging some coal. Alright, I think let's start heading up to the surface. I would like to go marauding. I think that will make good video. And while it definitely is fun to win, and I am a competitive person, it's also the case that part of the enjoyment of doing all of this for me is to make good videos for you guys that are fun and exciting. And yeah, I like to play well, and I like to, feel like I'm doing well and doing the right things, but it's also cool just to, have things that are fun and exciting. And so, let's try to get into the fun and exciting part. Alright, I hear a skeleton. How much food do I have at this point? I have a bunch of chicken I could cook. If I get back up to the surface and it's still daytime, I might take a moment to cook chicken. Actually, let's do that right now. Because if I do get into PvP, it's very important to always have your food bars all the way up so that you can sprint whenever you like. Alright, I'm going to need 7 more pieces of gold. There's no iron tools or anything I need to replace. Oh, crap! How do I have an empty lava bucket? Is this really an empty lava bucket? Buckets are glitched in multiplayer. This is really an empty lava bucket. Should I go back for it? Yeah, I think I will. Sometimes your buckets don't register when they're picking up things, and sometimes it shows that it's empty on your screen, but it's actually full, and all kinds of craziness like that. And so while my chicken is cooking, and I still have 2 minutes before daytime, I'm just going to run back through here. Fetch the lava that I know is down here. Okay. And then get away before a spider eats me. I don't know why I just switched my inventory like that. That was kind of dumb. Okay. And then I will go grab my cooked chicken, and we'll go to the surface, and we'll try to find people to kill. Hooray! That's good enough. Oops, can't pick up the furnace. That's also fine. I need a sip of water. Ah. Alright, good. Hopefully that won't make me... I lost my portal. Someone apparently has gone to the nether. That could be dangerous. We've kind of never really seen the nether strategy really kick in on Minecraft. I'll build a Nebris 1 for you. Haha. Nebris trapped the portal. But yeah, we haven't seen people, like, use the nether to actually go and get potions or things. Right, and then I found a way to swim up over here. There's still about a minute before the sun rises, is there? Seems like it just from looking out there. Let's just go. And I can afford to eat some food. Let's actually get the chicken on my bar. Hold on. Don't fall off a cliff. Alright. I didn't enchant my shovel, but that's okay. If I find one more diamond, I could make a diamond sword. That's the other thing I should have been thinking about looking for below
81 minutes.
Below ground. Alright, and I believe I don't hear any bad guys. There could be creepers. I don't hear any splashing. Alright, we look around for both players and mobs. I don't see any. And I know the center of the map is back over here, because when I got glitched, I headed back over here. And so I'm going to head over to this desert that we scouted out before. When we were trying to get the... saw a squid down there. We were trying to get the reeds. And then I can do fast travel over the desert, and I'll be able to see people from miles away, and so that'll be good from a PvP point of view. And I need to remember that I have a bow and arrow. Actually, I'm even going to... well, no. I'm going to keep the sword in hand. I, by default, have my sword equipped, just because I like to use it for blocking if all of a sudden a creeper, you know, comes up on me out of nowhere or something. And it's just what I'm comfortable doing. Alright, someone in the nether says he found a fortress. Do we trust him? I guess we'll know whether or not to trust him in just a moment when it says he got fireballed by a blaze. Alright, there's chunk arrows there. I'm trying not to look at him. And yeah, basically I want to head back towards the center of the map, simply because I think that's where I'll be more likely to encounter other players, rather than out on the edge. How's everybody doing at this point? I'm in the middle of the pack. There's a number of people that I could kill, who might have gold, who might have, you know, 1 diamond to pair with my 1 diamond. I've got 1 level that I'd be able to enchant the diamond sword. The guy, I think that was the guy in the nether who just took some damage. There's another jungle coming up over there. Don't see any signs of life here in the desert. A village could be another place to try to find that you may run into other players, because as we've seen in the Minecraft UHC, people always stop by the village, even when it's an hour into the competition and 5 other people have already ransacked the village or whatever. They're like, ooh, a village, I wonder if I'll find something in the blacksmith. And so, yeah, villages tend to just draw people in. While I'm safe out here, I'm actually going to take a moment to craft some more torches, so that I have that all kind of going. And then I also picked up a spider eye that I don't need, and a flower that I don't need. And I can afford to eat. Want to keep absolutely saturated. Sand is also not a bad place to like spot players below you, I think, in terms of player nameplates. I do not have a lot of practice.
84 minutes.
Ah, burned to death. Okay, yep. He definitely was in the nether fighting Blaze, I think. And yeah, I think that's what's likely to happen when you're in the nether fighting Blaze. Alright, and so, yeah, I'm just going to try to head more into the center of the map. I really don't want to be in the forest, because I think that's going to be invisible fire. Haven't heard of that before, but in this game, everything's glitchy. Invisible everything. is what typically kills players. Or their own dogs, you know. Oh, dear. All right. Hello, other people. I want to kill you. Because that would be exciting. Happy footage. Don't see any players still. And yeah, when the next night comes, I'm not sure. I think I will try to continue marauding at night, probably. Have a bow and arrow. Can use that to kill off mobs from a distance. And so long as I'm not in terrain like this, yeah, I want to get out of the jungle and into some better terrain before night falls. Nightfall was a seed that Paul Soares Jr. liked and challenged people to play at 404 style because there was a big tunnel that went down kind of like deep into the earth. And so I did a brief series on Nightfall, like, that was like a year ago or something. Just did like 4 or 5 episodes just to show that I could survive and quickly work myself up into good shape in kind of the 404 style where you kind of like gather some resources up on top in the first day and then try to survive and live underground for the rest of the game. One of the survival challenges, I just heard a skeleton somewhere, and so I'm just going to run for a moment. All right, do we see any players? What is that? Is there like a sphere at like 0, 0 or something? Oh, that's the cake sphere that we started in. That, assuming I do the editing properly, you guys will see a little pre-game something. And then there's some wool blocks over here. What's my F3 coordinates? Yeah. Meet me at 0, 0 for death.
87 minutes.
All right. Well, this appears to be the center of the map, and that is where we started. All right, and I see some lava over there. I could pull a Zisto and start like dumping lava buckets all over the place. I don't have a flint and steel. Do I have flints? I might have used them all. I probably crafted them all. I do have gravel. I could farm some gravel somewhere, although if I was going to do that, I would do that underground. I need to eat. People are really dying off. Let's cover some more ground while it's daylight. Where is the sun? Sun is just starting to set over here, it looks like. So yeah, the server is hardly lagged at all. Like, my day timer is only slightly ahead of the actual time in the game. Because my timer says we've been playing for 88 minutes. Which should mean that the sun is about to set, and in reality it's kind of just starting to set, and so it's only slightly ahead. Still do not see any players. Oh, there's a player. I'm not great with the bow and arrow, because I don't have a lot of practice knowing how high to aim in order to kind of like get range distance. Okay, he's running, which is good for me. I have all of my food. He's trying to get the high ground, which I think is a smart thing to do. He's dropping lava, which could get himself into trouble. Couldn't see who it was. All right, and he's way up on the hillside over there, where he'll be able to fire a long range at me. And so, all right. So he's showing off that he has tons of lava buckets. Oh my gosh! That arrow nearly hit me. I didn't realize you could fire arrows that far. So the high ground really is useful. Alright, so I've lost track of exactly where he is. But basically, I might be able to like sneak up around behind him somehow on that mountain. And it's also going to be turning nighttime. And I feel pretty capable in terms of player versus environment on a flat plane out here. I think possibly I still see him on the horizon.
90 minutes.
The main worry I would have is basically if we end up with a weather condition, I would not feel comfortable with that. I've lost track of him too. He could be, like trying to sneak out under me or something, and so I need to be wary of that. Snowballs? Thought I just saw snowballs or something. I need to eat some food. I also need to make sure I don't get too focused on one player, because I did basically kind of like tell people, oh, there's someone running over there. Kind of like over in the direction of the forest over there. So I don't know what's happening with these snowballs. I wonder if it's like an invisible spectator player or something ridiculous like that. If it is, quit doing that. You're distracting me. I'm trying to actually play the game here. Alright, but I definitely saw someone run over in this direction. And I'm going after him. Oh, there he is. Crap. Alright, I have some cover with the trees. Don't know exactly where he is. I think I have plenty of arrows. Still have 44 arrows. And I can pick up arrows that are being fired at me. Fortunately, I just lost... Oh, there he is. He's trying to light more stuff on fire. And also still keep the high ground. Which is smart tactics, I approve. I might be able to fire arrow him, though. Oh, fire arrows, right! Watch this. This is a tactic I've been saving up for myself, as opposed to ever sharing. Alright, I am going to be a little bit worried about mobs over here, and so I am going to start putting down some torches. I'm doing a little bit of serpentine because he is firing at me. I do see some zombies over there. Alright, but assuming... I've never actually done this in-game before. I've only thought about the strategy. But I think it could be a good one. Alright, I need to keep an eye out for mobs. Oh, I guess I could fire him through this lava thing as well. But basically the idea is, you find someone you're trying to kill, and then you shoot the arrow through the fire, and then the arrow catches fire, I think. Although I don't see this arrow on fire. And so, does that not actually work? I'm not sure. There's this guy. He's on the ground. I might be able to melee him. And I feel good about my melee combat skills. I still haven't seen who it is either. And I'm really interested in that. Alright, he's in the water, which is very bad for him and very good for me. It's Lil Chickena. Alright, I need to make sure there's no one else sneaking up on me, whether it be mobs or other players. How is Little Chickena doing? He's down to 1 heart. I definitely want to finish him off. He might have some gold. Oh, crap. Did I slay him? Yes, Little Chickena was shot by Brian. And then there's some crazy something happening. Oh, I see. It like highlights where the player died, I guess, or something. Alright, so he died in the water. Let's make sure I'm safe from mobs. I see a creeper over there. And then let's try to sort through this inventory at night on the surface. Yuck. I don't see any gold. He has lava buckets. Crap. I don't see anything I need, actually. I'm pretty sure I can see all the inventory pretty clearly. It could be the case that somehow I'm missing something important, but I really don't think I am. So unfortunately, I took a little bit of damage fighting him and didn't get anything out of it. Other than a kill and good video! Okay, and there's a spider over here. All right. It's nighttime. I don't know that I'm going to find any other players who are going to be, brave and come out here right now. And so I'm going to do this, plug that up. He did have another lava bucket. My bucket is empty again somehow, and I'm not sure that I trust that it's actually empty. I got another iron sword that isn't really useful to me. Yeah, all right. We have probably 7 more minutes of daytime. Or, sorry, nighttime? Some kind of time. And so, I guess I will go try and dig and see if I can find a cave or some gold. It'll also give me a chance to kind of calm my nerves a little bit after that fight. Oh, crap. You hear that? Someone is here. I need to get my lava bucket. Need to also have my water bucket. I can throw away that sword. Don't know where they are. They are probably below me. They are probably shifting as well. I know I can just get out of the water over here.
96 minutes.
It's still going to be nighttime. They don't know where I have gone. I've never been in this kind of underground. Okay, they just came up out of the water probably. I might be able to see a nameplate. I thought I might have just seen one there. Oh, I'm really not sure that I did. I need to eat. All right, if they did get up into the water, I only heard splashing for a moment. They could just be shifting and kind of walking through the water. No, I don't hear anyone walking on sand. Although if you're shifting, I heard a splash. I think I just saw him over there. It could be the pig that I'm hearing as well. Alright, this is somewhat intense. They shouldn't be able to locate me and quickly drop lava on me or any stuff like that. Although they might be able to locate me from the sounds. Now that I just made a sound and dug over here, I think I'm actually going to walk back somewhere else while I'm shifting so they can't see my nameplate. While I'm shifting, can I hit tab? Yes. That's who's left. According to my time, I believe we have 5 minutes. That one step was a person, I'm pretty sure. I think he's still up there wherever he is. So I think he's up here. I could be wrong. This is one of those things where it would be really nice to have the perspectives from everybody. I don't know if any other people are going to be uploading their own perspectives of the match. It would be cool to see that, to find out what was actually going on now. Well, that could just be a squid and a mob. Obviously there's a spider up there. Okay, this is not good video.
99 minutes.
And so what kind of chances do I want to take? I'm pretty sure there is a shoreline. There's a shoreline in a number of directions, but actually this way that I was headed is back over towards the plain if I haven't gotten turned around. And so I think I will try to dig my way back under the plain. Although if they are there and still shifting, they'll be able to hear the sound. I think they might have gone away. Yeah, we can't play scared. We saw another player, they saw us. Oh, crap. Now I just created a water current. that's definitely visible. I think I'll just come back up out of the water. Although the water is an awful place to come back out if there is another player, because you could get shot by arrows and you can't move very quickly. As we discovered when I just killed somebody. But nevertheless, I think I might do that. Alright, there's a spider. I might have some glass that I could use. The spider, who's almost certainly directly above me, is also going to be kind of giving away my position. But only if someone is very vigilant. Alright, I need to come up for air. There's a creeper. There's an enderman. The creeper's coming after me. But I don't see any other players right now. I really need to get the land. Oops, didn't manage to sprint there. So that I can get some speed. Oh, and then I just thought I saw a snowball again or something. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the snowballs. It seems like when someone died, like snowballs started firing at their loot. And so maybe that's just to point out where people die, and maybe that's part of the mod. I don't know. There's a creeper over there. Yeah, I really need to practice my fire arrow thing on multiplayer. So in the Minecraft tournament, when Beef and Etho were fighting, yeah, at some point Etho was like, oh my gosh, he has fire arrows, and it wasn't that Beef had fire arrows. It was that Beef fired an arrow through the lava that Etho had just dropped on him. And as a result, it set the arrow on fire. And so I think that could be a very deadly tactic. How am I doing? I have more feathers, and I have some gravel I need to farm to create some more arrows now that I've actually spent a number of them. And so what I am going to do is just dig a tiny little hole.
102 minutes.
Like this. And farm some gravel underground. Oh, or find some gravel that's even easier to farm and I don't have to place it down myself. My nameplate will be visible because I'm not shifting. Actually, I guess I could be shifting when I'm doing this. Basically, I want to get a few more flints so that I can get a few more arrows. And I'm not currently picking them up. Let's get rid of seeds. Pick up these flints. Now I can craft some arrows. I have 2 crafting tables. Let's dump one down. Okay, 49 arrows. I'm in pretty good arrow shape again. I can afford to spend a lot of arrows on people. Oops, and I have a shovel. Alright, and next nightfall, I will try to actually dig down and possibly find some gold, because I wouldn't mind trying to heal up some. And I don't know if the player I saw... How are people doing? Oh, pretty well. Yeah, basically, I don't know if the person that I saw going this way, like, continued to go this way or not. And at this point, it might be the case that we can kind of find signs of life on the surface and be able to, like, find somewhere that someone dug down or something. And so, I wonder if I should go, like, traveling through the forest or something, and, I guess let's learn the local terrain. I want to stay kind of near 0-0, because that's where we're going to end up at the end of the day anyway. If it goes 3 hours and, like, not everyone has died, like, you automatically get teleported to 0-0 is the rules of this tournament. I hope it doesn't last 3 hours. I'm not going to last that long. I'll need to, like, hole up and take a bathroom break and get a water break. And this is not the best terrain. And I need to eat. I don't know if that's a lighting glitch or what. Looks like there might be... Was there a player over there? No, that was just a light. Wolves. I haven't thought about wolves. The other guy might have had bones. I have bones. All right. If I find wolves, I did see wolves at one point, I think, and I wrote down the coordinate, or I didn't write down the coordinates. I just said them aloud, but I forgot them. I'm glad that the server coordinator, this
105 minutes.
Itiamo guy, is glad that I am here and going to be uploading. And I'm glad to do it. I'm very glad that he's done this. He's actually hosted a number of these tournaments, and this is the first one I've been able to get in on. And so I'm very glad for him to have hosted the tournament. And I'm glad that he's glad that I'm going to be uploading, but at the same time, like, we can talk about it afterwards, dude. I'm like in the middle of trying to hunt down people and kill them. All right, let's see. There's a nice hill where we get a good vantage point of some of what is around us, perhaps. Sorry if I annoyed you, Brian. It's okay. Just quit talking. All right, pumpkins over there are always exciting. There's an ice forest, snow, whatever it is I'm trying to say over there. And that is often a place where you find wolves. And so, honestly, I don't feel that wolves are very good in this game. I feel like there is likely, and not just because of Kurt, like, I feel like they give away your position with their noise, and they are likely to push you off if you're ever kind of like trying to balance anywhere. But at this point, since I do think I plan to just kind of stay on the surface for the most part and kill people, or possibly just go digging kind of like straight down for gold at night, I'm willing to go and get them, and it also just gives me something to do while I'm just trying to do some marauding here. I know I'm only at 6 hearts, and it would be good to get more hearts, but I feel... Oh, crap, crap, crap! Ah, nice game. Can I talk here? No, I have to respawn. Ah. Use the loot wisely. Ah. All right. Well, that was fun. I managed to survive into 5th place. Did I get 2 kills, I think? Yeah, I killed off a weak player after the glitch, and then I killed off one other guy. Me too. All right, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and get off the server so I don't distract the other people. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I definitely enjoyed playing some UHC. I got 2 kills on my first one. I got really lucky in terms of the loot. And yeah, I might do a little bit of post-game analysis, but I'll talk about that later. In any case, see you guys later. So that was my experience. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this game. And I understand that the person who killed me went on to win the tournament. If I manage to find any other YouTube uploads of this same tournament, I will definitely link them in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. I would like to go back and analyze my play, but that's going to take some time, and I have a bunch of other videos that I need to upload right now, and so I don't know when that's going to happen, or if that's going to happen, but I would like to do some kind of like post-game analysis at some point. In any case, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope I'll get to do more of this in the future. See you guys later. Hope you're having a great day.